What's poppin', T Squad? It's your girl Keyshia, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea, All Shade, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood review. If you don't know, I just went live tonight and did a live episode of Spill the Tea. So go and watch that after you finish watching this video. I spilled the tea on Kevin Hart, Tina Campbell, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Got a lot of good juicy gossip, so make sure to go watch it after you finish watching this review. But let's get into tonight's episode, because tonight's episode was actually really lit. I give tonight's episode an A+. I need for that motorcycle outside to shut the fuck up. Anywho, so we start off tonight's episode with Safaree and Fizz golfing. And Safaree says that he's having a party that he wants Fizz to come to, but Fizz says he can't come because Moniece and AD broke up and he's back on daddy duty now that AD ain't nowhere around to help him babysit his own kid. So Bobby Brown then roll up out of nowhere, and I'm like, what in the hell is Bobby Brown doing on Love and Hip Hop? Jesus be offense. So Fizz asks him to come because he wants advice on bringing B2K back together, which I think is a fantastic idea, and I need for. I can deal with Raz B not being there, but I feel like Omarion, Book, and Fizz getting back together is a great look. They all still look great. They all fine. This would be the perfect time for them to come back with a bop. And even though Omarion has had hit singles without them, he had the hit single, what was it, about 2 years ago with Jhené Aiko and Chris Brown, but since then he has not had another hit. It's like he has like years between hit songs. So I feel as though getting back with those two guys would be great for his career, because let's keep it 100. It ain't like he out here just making hit after hit and selling out tours. This would be a great look for him to get them back together. They can then get on these tours with these other groups from the 90s. It would be a great look for them, and that's a check for everybody. And Lord knows they all need it. I think it would be a great look. They still look good. They can still cater to our generation as well as these young kids' generation, because they know them from the Love and Hip Hop, and they all still look good and they fine. Omarion will be a fool not to get on board with this, but I hope he doesn't let his ego get in the way of making a good business decision, because it'll be a good business decision for all of them. But anywho, so Bobby tells him to hit up Boog first, because if he can get him on board, that will help with the rest of the guys. Fizz wonders, since Omarion has been successful on his own, will he even want to do it, because he doesn't need to do it, but honestly, he does need to do it. Bobby gives him advice on, you know, how when he first left New Edition, well, kicked out of New Edition, let's be honest, he said, you know, that he didn't miss the guys at first, but after a while, he started to miss the guys. And, you know, at this stage and age with the music industry, nobody is out here selling hit records like that. Touring is where it's at for these people. These artists are making their money on tour. Why do you think now when an artist immediately drops his or her album, they're immediately out on tour? Because album sales aren't where they used to be back in the early 90s, 2000s or whatever, when you can go platinum and going hell, even gold. A lot of these artists ain't making money like you think they are, so that's why they have to get out here and tour. So Alexis is having a pool party for her shades, which is basically some shades that she got wholesale that she slapped her name on. Zell and Bridget are there, and he's working as her stylist now. Hazel shows up and sees Booby, and she calls him a bum and a liar and says that she wants an apology from him, because when she saw him at his performance, he acted like he didn't know her. And I was like, what you mean he acted like he didn't know you? He gave you a hug, and he acknowledged you. Like, what are you talking about? And he even says, I gave you a hug when I saw you. You know, what are you talking about? Hazel said, you act like we never hung out and had a moment, and alluding to the fact that they fucked. Booby said, I was introduced to you by a friend. And she said, we never had sex, we never hooked up. You gonna lie on your dick right now? Booby said, who I want. Wait a minute. I want who I want, and I fuck who I fuck, or some shit like that he said. And I was like, okay. So Hazel then gets defensive and says she hit it and quit it, and she got the text messages to prove it. I've been called it out they had sex. My thing was, when did they have sex? In the last couple of years, or while it was him and Keyshia were still in a relationship with one another? You know, they've been separated for the last like 3-4 years, but did they smash when him and Keyshia were together? That's why he don't want it to come out that he smashed Hazel. But I've been knew he fucked up. I mean, come on now. So, Booby say, I never fucked you. I don't want no parts of that. Zell and Bridget in the background laughing. Hazel say, I got text messages of you saying you needed money and a place to stay because they froze your assets. And I was like, okay, she got too much information for the shit not to be true. I believe it 100% that he probably was going to try to use Hazel for a place to stay. Because, I mean, let's be honest. He was staying on Keyshia's couch because he needed a place to stay because he didn't financially have the money. So she gets mad and throws a drink on him. And I'm like, sis, if you supposed to hit it and quit it, then what are you mad for? If you have the text messages to prove that he was saying that he needed you and a place to stay, then why are you so upset? Once again, it plays back into her low self-esteem and wanting some fine man to, I guess, give her validation that she's good enough. I don't know what's wrong with her because she's doing the same thing with him that she did with Young Berg. Like, what are you doing? You're making a fool out of yourself. So then she decides to pick up a drink and throw it on him, but security jumps in and Booby is pissed at this point. And he said, y'all got this little ugly asshole running her mouth, acting like it's something real. That shit had me dying laughing. He said, that little ugly asshole. Because a nigga quick to call you ugly, but will still fuck you. So Zell come over and say, you all right, brother? And try to give him a hug. And Booby like, go on with that shit. Like, he was like, look, go on with that gay shit. That's what he really wanted to say. But her, Hazel goes over to Alexis and Lyrica and tells them, you know, what happened with Booby. And Bridget and Booby start flirting with one another. And he tell her she look good and they hug or whatever. And I was like, Bridget throw that ass to anybody who would motherfucking take it. She want to fuck Marcus. She want to fuck Booby. She want to fuck James. Bridget is a hoe. And now I see why her music career ain't going to work. She too focused on the dick. And I probably would 9 times guarantee that she'd have fucked everybody over there at Rock Nation when she was over there signed. So I wouldn't be surprised she fucked Jay-Z. We all know that nigga was over there slinging his dick everywhere. So I was like, this girl ain't got no loyalty. She ain't got no nothing towards anybody. She all up in Brooke's face. But yet still trying to go after both of her dick. Girl. So Hazel tells Lyrica that she went into the studio with Ray J. And Lyrica tells her how it all came about with the bet. Hazel is pissed at Ray J because they were supposed to be homies. And she can't believe he played her like that. But she vows revenge. Bridget goes to the gyms with James. And says she knows she wants a ring now after seeing what Marcus bought for Brooke. And I was like, how you want a ring when you was just flirting with Booby? And flirting with Marcus? Where is your head at, light skin? So she asks him, what are they doing? And he says, you know, he wanted to have kids with her and build a like her. And she's like, oh, wanted past tense. She says he can't keep on punishing her for what she did in the past. And she's been trying to redeem herself in his eyes. And I was like, how are you trying to redeem yourself when you steady out here trying to fuck other niggas? Girl, sit your corroded pussy down somewhere. Bridget, focus on your career. You have a great voice. Why are you slinging your pussy at work? Do you have daddy issues? Like, what in the hell is going on with you, girl? And why are you using this platform not to promote your music instead of promoting your hoism? You and Brooke use this platform in the worst possible way ever. And I'm so ashamed. So he isn't over what she did. And she wants him to be over it now. But like he said, you can't make me be over it when you want me to be over it. Like, it don't work that way. So Fizz meets with Boog, who still looks great, by the way. Boy body is banging. Boog apparently is vice president at some film company. Congratulations to him. Good to see him getting a check. And he says, you know, he doesn't want the group to give him a bad look. Because, you know, all that stuff with Raz B back in the day, saying their old manager molested them and all this stuff. Don't nobody want that stuff resurfacing and all that crap to be coming up. Don't nobody want that. Fizz says that he talked to Raz B and he asked Boog, would he be willing to do the group if Raz B wasn't a part of the equation? Because nobody wants to be tied to him and his crazy. Boog says he's not against it and asks about Omarion because he don't think that Omarion will do it. Fizz says he's going to talk to Omarion about it. My stomach is growling like a motherfucker. I have not eaten all day. It is time for she to eat. So, like I said, I think it'll be a great look for all of them to get back together, minus Raz B, and do it. It'll be a great look. I think they can have a hit. I think the look will be great. The music will be great. I think it would be a great look. And we need it. There is no boy bands, no boy groups, no girl groups out there. This will be a great look for them. Oh, my God. So, Chanel is having a video premiere for her song with Safaree. Mr. Ray threw the event for her. And she's there with Lhhh, who they're somewhat trying to date or whatever they're trying to do. Nikki is there as well. Safaree cousin Ronaldo is there. And it's kind of feeling Chanel. Lyrica and Alexis show up. And Mr. Ray immediately gets mad because he did not invite Alexis. And, you know, they don't get along. So they immediately start arguing back and forth. And he like, everybody shut up. And Lyrica like, who the fuck you talking to? Don't make me get A1 to come over here and beat your ass. And I was like, sis, him and A1 are on the same damn team. Like, you act like A1 so about it. A1 over here with a whole set of pearls around his neck, girl. He looked more gayer than Mr. Ray. Sit down somewhere. So Lucci tells Mr. Ray to chill because he threw the event and he should be more professional. I agree. He also reminds him that he's a grown man and that he arguing with a bunch of women, that's not a good look. I agree, because I feel like just because you're gay don't mean that you should sit up here and argue back and forth with a woman and call her out her name. I don't give a damn. So he then says, you threw this event for my bae or something like that, he said. And Alexis and Lyrica like, what? You with Chanel? And Chanel like, it ain't that serious between me and him yet. And then her and Alexis start arguing. I'm like, Alexis, little dum-dum, why are you mad once again over a nigga that you ain't with? What is wrong with this little dumbass girl? I think her mama dropped on her head. Like, you cannot tell me her mama did not drop her. Like, she is dumb. Like, she's just dumb. She is so pretty and so fucking dumb. So she over here looking like Storm, like she an X-Men, the Avengers. Like, what the fuck? And she mad because Lucci and Chanel dating. And Mr. Ray like, girl, get out. Security escort her out. And I was so excited to get her out of there because she's just an idiot. Then we see the commercial for Love and Hip Hop New York, which returns October 30th. And Remy Ma is in the commercial. And I thought last season was going to be Remy Ma's last season, but I guess not. And I think the only reason why she's coming back for a third season because she's working on her solo album. And this will be a great springboard for her album coming up. Cannot wait for Love and Hip Hop New York. New York and Hollywood have slowly become my favorites out of the whole entire Love and Hip Hop franchise. So Zell is at Keyshia Cole's house and tells her what happened between him and Masika at the photo shoot and how Masika got him pulled off the photo shoot and them going back and forth and all that stuff. Zell says that he wants to do a diss track against Masika, and Keisha's like, child, I don't want no parts of this mess. He then tells her about Booby and Hazel getting into it at the pool party, and Keyshia pretends to act like she's surprised, like she didn't already know about the story, but we all knew she already knew about what happened. She don't care, which I'm pretty sure she doesn't, but I'm pretty sure she would feel some type of way if she found out that he smashed Hazel while they were still in a actual relationship with one another. To be honest with you, I don't even understand why Keyshia Cole did the show. It was more for Booby than for herself, because she really didn't bring anything to the show. I felt like we really haven't seen any music from her. We just see her in situations where she's like being the voice of reason. At least Remy and Cardi, well, Cardi wasn't famous at the point, but at least people like Remy gave us a part of their lives where we can really see into their life. Keyshia didn't really bring anything to the show. I don't think she should do another season because she's not bringing any type of drama. At least we even saw Remy have to check a bitch or two. Like, we ain't really seen Keyshia do anything. I don't really feel like she should have did the show. So Booby is waiting for the boat to go to Catalina, and they're making us believe that he's going to go, that he's waiting for Brook, but we all knew that that wasn't true. We then find out that he actually invited Bridget to go on the trip with him, and of course, her ass said yes. She says that she's doing Brook and Marcus a favor by taking Booby out of the equation. If that's what you got to tell yourself, sis, to help you sleep well at night, I can't with her. So Brooke goes to Marcus' mama's birthday party. They having a picnic in the park or whatever. And Brooke looks great as usual, but as always, she's still an idiot. He apologized for what he did, but says that he didn't deserve her retaliation. You did. Was it petty? Was it ignorant? Was it childish? Yes, but you did deserve it. She admits that she and Booby kissed and that he invited her on a trip to Catalina, but she didn't go. She tells Marcus that she loves him, and he tells her that she would have to dead her relationship with Booby in order for them to be back together. And I'm wondering, is he about to pull on her the exact thing that she did to him by making, when she made him dead his relationship with paralegal girl, and then she dropped him. It would be so funny if he did the exact same thing to her, making her end her friendship with Booby and then tell her, yeah, I still don't want to be with you. It would be petty as hell, but funny as fuck. He invites her to his single release party. She agrees to go. Bridget and Booby are on their trip together, and she's crying over the ending of her relationship with James, and she and Booby end up hugging and kissing. the germs that they're spreading between each other. Safaree and his cousin are at dinner. Ronaldo is trying to talk him into coming back to New York, which is basically another crossover where Safaree will go to New York. I heard that he has a storyline with Dream Doll from Bad Girls Club. So, you know, Mona has been doing these crossovers where somebody, one of the guys or one of the girls go over to one of the other Love and Hip Hop franchises to help, you know, boost ratings. So I think that's to be a good look for Safaree. Zell and Alexis do a diss track against Masika and Mr. Ray. It is a hot ass mess. They should have just stopped before they even started. Safaree, Fizz, and Chanel are playing dominoes. Fizz says that he ain't been getting a response from Omarion about the group getting together and that he's supposed to be meeting with April to talk about everything. Chanel told Hazel where they would be at, and she arrives, and immediately Safaree's already on guard. He already knew what was about to happen. Hazel asks him, you know, why he come for her, and he says that the song came out dope. She shouldn't be mad. Then she then decides to empty out a bag of dicks, I guess, to tell him, you know, he gay or some shit like that. Safaree then asks, you know, is the dildos a mold of her nose? That shit was funny as fuck because it actually backfired on Hazel. That was hilarious. So, Brooke at the end of the episode meets with Booby at the basketball court and tells him that she needs to cut him off in their relationship. He understands. He says he understands but says he doesn't understand her reason for doing it, but that he understands why, you know, they need to put a halt on things. He still didn't tell her that he took Bridget to Catalina Island though. She then allows him to kiss her on the mouth. And then goes back in for another kiss herself. Girl, Brooke is a straight nigga. She want her cake and eating it too. She holding on to both of these niggas. Girl, I can't even be mad at her. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas do this shit every day. So get yours, Brooke. I mean, whatever, girl. Will it all backfire in her face? I really feel like it is. I feel like Mark is going to play her ass in the end because she needs to be played. He needs to be played. Everybody needs to be played. Tonight's episode was A+. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was funny on so many different levels. Can't wait for next week's episode. Let me know what you thought about tonight's episode down below in the comment section. Please make sure to thumbs up this video and subscribe to my channel if you have not. And please turn on your notification bell button so you know when I go live and know when all my videos drop. A new episode of Since You Asked will be up this Wednesday. No lie. It's already edited, already ready to go. So be on the lookout. It'll be dropping Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. Central Time. So if you have any questions for us, please email us at since-you-asked1@gmail.com. All of my social media and contact information is down below in the description box. Also Wednesday, since you guys asked me to, I'll be going live on YouTube Wednesday for us to watch Empire and Star together. So get your snacks and shit ready, bust some Kiki, and watch both shows together live on YouTube. Love you guys. Have a safe and blessed week. And I will see you all Wednesday for Empire and Star. Bye.